All right, guys. So today's Brostener question came to me, slid into the DMs. They said, "Hey, Forrest, three pit bulls, three
What's a pit bull?
three pit bulls
pit bull.
fight a hyena. Who wins?" Now, before we dig into this, before we start talking about who we think, let's keep a couple things in mind, right? The hyena's bite force is 1,100 psi, whereas the pit bulls is only 235.
That's crazy.
That's a huge difference.
Think about this. We think about a pit bull as having like the strong. I know they don't have the strongest bite of any dog, but a very strong bite.
Oh, you're thinking if I get housed by a pit bull, like my arm's screwed, right? Like you're like I'm done if I get bitten by one.
Literally.
Well, what's a human?
5
130
times harder than a pit bull.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's bad.
All right. So 235 pit bull versus hyena bite force of 1,100 psi.
Now, there's one more.
Okay.
There's one more. There's a couple more, but the hyena's max speed is 40 miles per hour, which is pretty damn fast, right?
That's
fast
as fuck.
Yeah, it
That
is. Pit
scares
bulls,
me in a car.
yeah, pit bulls are only at 25 miles per hour. Okay,
So it's
so you've
kind of
got one hyena.
Okay.
You've got three pit bulls, but I don't think speed's going to weigh into this a lot. You're talking about combat,
It's
so maybe a little bit. But the one that will weigh into it, the hyena is slugging in at around 140 pounds on the scales, whereas the pit bulls, they're averaging like 65 pounds.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
and by the way, these are sort of a big one. This is max size, right?
Yeah. This is generalized upper averages. So let's just think about this for a second. So you've got a hyena, right? We'll pull up a picture of a hyena. You've got this incredible animal in the African savannah. Look at those jaws.
Oh,
Look at those
God.
jaws, right? That is a creature
Yeah.
that can ward off lions when it needs to in order to get
140
some meals.
pounds.
140 pounds, 300, what do we say? 1,100 pound bite force.
100 pounds per square
Yeah,
inch.
1,100 pounds per
Yeah.
square inch of bite force. Those teeth that you're looking at are used to crunch through bone, get to the marrow, eat all the remaining bits left behind from the big predators. But they are not the big predators,
scary
right?
looking.
They are the scavengers. Whereas the pit bulls, not a traditional predator by any means. They're a pet these days, but these are fighting dogs, right? Pit bulls were bred to fight. So, let's take a look at a picture of a pit bull, Will. 3 of these suckers, right? 3 pit bull.
So
we're
talking
that
3
hyena.
pits that are 3 pits that are bred to fight
versus that hyena.
versus a wild hyena.
Yes, but a wild hyena shoos off lions when it's hungry, right? So
sure,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah, we can't have 3 pit bulls that are like cuddle pets for like a granny. These are like 3 of the most trained pit bulls to get them as close as they could be to what they would be in the wild.
Sure. Who's that talking? Show us your face, producer.
I
Will.
do not know who Hulk is. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
sir?
the Marvel character?
Let's see Hulk. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see Hulk.
So these are the
Oh,
pit bulls
wow.
we're talking about.
Oh, man.
Will it be wearing the gold chain is my question, because that can be used in
By the
combat.
way, that could be an advantage if the hyena goes at the throat. It's like, yeah, that's gold, man. That's like the metal on
That
it.
is undeniably Michael Vick's pit bull. Like, don't lie to me. Tell me that Michael Vick owns that pit bull.
All right. So
Man. He's got some.
let's really break this down.
Yeah.
3 of the other pit bull, not Hulk, because he's useless.
He also looks very old. That's a geriatric pit bull. He has goiters on his
Well, it's
elbows
also
that I
like-
can see.
A bodybuilder is not the toughest guy on earth because they move slow, man.
Yep. Yep.
Equals
It's true.
9 times acceleration.
That's right.
So
Let's
3
break
pit
this
bulls,
down.
1 hyena. Forrest, you're the biologist. Go first.
Okay. I really am struggling with this because, again, it's tough, man. I mean, the hyena one-on-one takes it. Zero question, zero challenge. It's bigger, it's stronger, it has a better bite force, no question. But 3 of these things, I mean, look at that pit bull. They're beautiful animals. I think pit bulls are incredible dogs. But that is a mean motherfucker right there. And you put 3 of those things together, there's not a lot that I think a pack of them tearing at something couldn't take down. So I'm going to go the numbers game. I'm going to say the pit bulls actually can do it. You know, I really think that 3 of them trained fighting pit bulls, you know, they're going to 3 of them definitely outweigh the 140-pound hyena at 65 pounds each. So, yeah, I'm taking the pit bulls. Retep, what do you think?
All right. Forrest has got the 3 pit bulls. He has a degree in this shit, right?
Not in animal combat, but yeah, more or less.
You have an animal combat degree. Listen, pit bulls, I've just seen too many nice pit bulls. I don't think you could train 3 to fight, to be good enough fighters to take down an animal that has an 1100 PSI bite force that weighs almost 3 times as much. They wouldn't be able to coordinate enough, even if they were highly trained. I think that the hyena wins,
really,
and I don't know
Retep,
shit.
Not to give you fuel to your very valid point, but one solid bite from that hyena on each animal, it's done, right? You're talking about the equivalent of 3 punches being thrown.
And you're talking about the hyena gets a bite on one of them and it's out. Now you're 2 versus 1, gets a bite on another one. Now you're 1 versus 1. And you know, so I'm going hyena.
Fighting multiple predators in the wild.
True.
I'm going to go with hyena for this reason. I have a 15-year-old nephew. Him and his friends, I've spent quite a bit of time around them, right?
Is that him?
Yeah.
Thank you for pulling up his 15-year-old nephew.
They're all what I looked like when I was 15. And when I was 15, I thought I could kick the shit out of an adult, right? When I see these 15-year-olds, these kids lift weights. They think they're cool.
Right.
And they're always wanting to like box and like wrestle and shit. I'm like, I could decimate 3 of you in like 15 seconds, and I'm not a tough guy.
Right.
But I know that like 3 normal 15-year-old boys, it would just be like doink, doink, doink. Like it would just, they're so. And so my thought is the pit bull is so much smaller, so much slower, bites way less hard. I think it would just be like the 3 of us fighting one like peak John Jones. I think he would just like elbow one of us in the face. It would explode. I'm going hyena.
Listen, let me get something. Let's get something straight. 3 15-year-olds fighting you is very different than 3 15-year-olds fighting Pete John Jones.
Us 3.
3 15-year-olds could kick the shit out of you, Pat. Guaranteed. Doesn't matter. You could not take on 3 15-year-olds. Guaranteed. Let's talk about that in a future
vid.
That
will be in a video in January.
Okay.
It'll be me.
All right. So
3 15-year-olds.
Pat's got hyena. I got hyena. The only guy who knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Not in this realm.
Got the pit bulls.
Hey, let us know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments, and check out the Wild Times podcast. We do this kind of shit all the time. It's lots of fun. Love to have you there.
Like and subscribe, motherfuckers.
Damn it.
Shut up.
I know.
Pat.
I know you hate when I say that. You fucking.